Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be with you. We're here at the National ABA meeting in Orlando, Florida. We have Brother Joel Dillahunty with us, and he's going to take just a moment and tell you a little bit about the ministry that God has called him to. So,
thank you. I'm Joel Dillahunty. I'm mission out by Flatwoods Church in Mountain View, Arkansas. I live in Texarkana, Texas, and my ministry primarily is with the pro-life movement. Stand outside of abortion facilities and try to prayerfully encourage girls to choose life, to give them other options, other choices other than abortion. And also I have run a pregnancy center in Texarkana, Arkansas that opened up in April. So we help girls and young families in crisis pregnancies. We'd offer them free ultrasounds, free resources, everything up to at least 24 months of age. We have a baby boutique they can get clothes from. We offer mom and dad classes, and so we're really off and running. Also work in the human and sex trafficking aspect of ministry, that is prevention and rescue, with a couple national organizations. And so on a local level, I do a lot of hotel outreach in Texarkana where there's known trafficking and drug use and prostitution going on. So that's what I'm involved in my work.
amen, amen. And so, as always, whenever we do these, we just ask that you would continue to pray for Brother Joel. Is there? I think he said he had some stats he was gonna share with us. And photobombing.
About the sex trafficking. How prevalent is it? It is worldwide. It's second only to gun running.
Wow.
For example, a pimp can have a girl, and he can use, she can be used up to, multiple times a night, and that's just cash. I mean, a girl can easily bring in over $200,000 a year, and so, and the average age that girls are taken into trafficking is 11 years old, 13 years old. The average age of boys is 11 years old. Wow. And so there's a lot of grooming that goes on through social media, and the lifestyle. Well, we're finding that more and more kids are being exploited because the culture demands that if you want to be in love, you want to show your love, or that you like someone. They have no idea what love is. If you like someone, send them nude pictures, and this exploitation begins because once it's on the internet, it's always out there. It's always being shared, and so one of the things we try to do is reach these children at a young age and let them know that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, that God values them from conception unto natural death, that they are valuable, and they are just falling. Satan will use any cheap imitation to counterfeit what love is, the real thing. And so if we can just teach them at a young age. I do have some stats here that kind of motivates us at what we're doing. 1 in 4 children live in a fatherless home. These are all from the CDC hotline. 1 in 4 teen girls have had at least one STD. 47% of youth use an illegal drug by the time they graduate high school.
Wow.
1 in 4 women will have an abortion by the age of 45. 1 in 4 women in churches have had an abortion.
Wow.
That no one talks about. Most children are exposed to pornography before the age of 13. As a matter of fact, because of the lockdowns of COVID, that number actually went down. I've read that the average age of exposure to pornography is now 9 years old. 1 in 3 adolescents is a victim of abuse from a dating partner, either sexual, physical, or emotional, or verbal abuse. And so our kids are reaching teenage years and adulthood with a lot of trauma already. And so we're just trying to get in early on and to try to, let them know that they're loved and they don't have to give in.
Amen. Amen.
Brother Joe, some of that's starting in some of the schools under a liberal administration.
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, a lot of the things you see on the news about schools having curriculum teaching gender identity and things like that are written by Planned Parenthood and organizations like that. And one of the things we did at Pathway, we wrote some curriculum, Pathway Life Skills and Risk Avoidance book. This is geared toward middle school age kids. It's 8 lessons. Talks about goals, how they were created for a purpose. Human development, we were created in His image. The emotional and physical consequences of sex before marriage. Refusal skills, how to say no. Drugs and alcohol, the dangers of that. Communication and the media, and just building healthy relationships. And so we have a lot of this is being taught in a lot of our churches, a lot of homeschool groups now, and so we're here just trying to get the word out. You can go to pathwaytxk.org and order these books for suggested donation of $10. Like I said, it's middle school age. We're writing other curriculum for even the younger kids. And we're writing for high school as well. So we are just really trying to reach out and reach these kids. If we don't have a plan to save our kids, Satan has a plan to destroy.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right. That's
You know,
right.
the parents are just now looking up to that, what's really going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll share this. I was listening to a man give a speech, and someone asked him, "What age should we give our children a phone?" And he said, "At whatever age you want them to see pornography."
That's exactly right.
That's the age. And so we try to teach them how to, be safe online and how parents just need to be involved. Parents need to be parents. They pay for the phone bill. They have access to the phone. As far as I'm concerned, they are not any time of the day.
I look on YouTube sometimes, like for a sermon or something, or a preacher to listen to. And
Pastor, all kinds of
and you go to the preacher, and just before you get there, and just afterwards, there it is, just
Yeah.
pow.
It's everywhere.
You know,
Yep.
it's really great.
So, I mean, and folks, here on the Liberty Roundtable, we deal with hot topics oftentimes. We had the fortune, if you will, or the blessing, maybe not the fortune, but the blessing, to actually do an entire segment on abortion and have personal experience. And not plugging an episode or what have you, but and how serious it was. And until you study it and get involved like you do, brother, you really don't. You just hear the statistics. You hear what the media wants you to hear.
Right.
And we know what God's Word says about that, but it just doesn't click until you really dive into the seriousness of it.
Well, it's not taught in schools.
Right.
And so we're really burdened about 1 in 4 women in churches have had abortion, studies show us. And so I'm with a group called She Found His Grace, shefoundhisgrace.org. I'm kind of taking the lead, not taking the lead, I'm just, because I'm a pastor, I just wonder, all the years I pastored in the church, how many times a woman sat under my preaching and was suffering because she'd had an abortion at an age, and I didn't know how to minister to her. And so we have some brochures we're handing out, what post-aborted women in the church wish their pastor knew. And so if you've had an abortion in the past, there is help and hope out there. She found His grace and forgiveness. Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely. And so we're just trying to bring all these resources together and make them available, because I'm tired of people hurting and I'm tired of losing our children.
Amen. Amen. We, like you said, we need to pray for our kids. Absolutely, pray for our kids. And so, thank you so much, Brother Joel.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time and your dedication to the Lord's work. And folks, be sure you can check this out. It'll be on our YouTube channel. And if you go to YouTube and click on Liberty Roundtable, you can't miss it. And it will also later be in audio form available on our podcast.
That's right.
And across Spotify and things of that nature. We appreciate your prayers. All of our listeners, thank you so much. Again, remember to continue to pray for Brother Joel Dillahunty and the work here, and pray for our kids. So until we see you next time, God bless.
Yes. Amen.